Greetings and salutations, my name is JW608 and today I am playing Starmade on a single-player survival or creative world. And we're going to look at version 0.199.14, or no, 0.199.431. And that sounds like an IP address. Anyway, this is the newest update to Starmade, unless you're watching in some distant future when this is not the newest update. But for those of you watching now, it is. Anyway, we have lots of new stuff to talk about, so I've spawned us a little station, a little platform here, and I have some blocks floating. Cool. Alright, so the big thing is combination blocks. And this is a little, well, it's a little strange for me being an old-timer, but no longer do we have to scroll through to get, or scroll through all, what's 7 shapes. Now we have either a gray hull or this thing that's a lots of plus the wedge plus corner plus hepta. If you click when that's active, it brings this up, and this allows you to select what shape. And notice also we have the slabs here. So if I have a gray hull, I hold control for advanced build mode. There used to be a slider here that let me choose if I wanted a slab. That is now a thing of the past. Now you have to choose slabs from here. And it's works fairly similar. I don't know if it works better or not, but hey. And you can even choose gray hull. Now you might be thinking to yourself, but I don't want to have to choose wedge. And I think, oh, I need a hull. I don't want to have to go back and click and choose wedge again to get that. Oh, thankfully you don't have to. Now, when you bring this up, just by clicking when that's selected, if you right-click different blocks, see how they've gone from gray to a light blue? Oh. Those choose which ones are in your scroll bar. So I've chosen the, what is that, 3/4 slab, the hepta, and a wedge. Or I can go back and unselect those, and oh, it looks like if you unselect everything, it goes default back to the gray hull. Alright. So this is going to take a little time for us old-timers to get used to, but I think in the long run, this is going to be a very nice update. Alright. Let's see, what else do we have? We have these, oh, now we need to talk about factories. Factory. Where's a factory? Factory. Basic factory, and now we're not going to actually use it, but let's see, let's put it right here. Factories. Remember, I built the Forge, giant space station that built every shape of every color of every hull, standard armor, and advanced armor? All that's obsolete and overly complicated. Now, let's see, I want a gray hull wedge. No gray hull wedges. What about gray hull? Just gray hull. I can produce that, it's not going to because there's no power in the station. But now you just produce one block, and let's hop out of here. Hop out of creative mode, and let's okay. Oh, I see. This was created before the update, and I had hulls and wedges and corners and heptas and tetras. Now they are all pretty standard, because it condenses everything into one. Alright, we have 600 blocks. Let's go pick up this wedge and see what happens. I pick up the wedge, and it's now it's a regular block. So now picking up blocks like this, the special shapes, now act just like regular hull. So this is going to simplify things greatly. Of course, that means I'm going to have to rework my space station, which I'll probably start on this week, probably even during this recording session. Anywho, that's a really nifty update where I put my build block. Let's go back to creative mode, put a second build block, because I don't want to fly all the way over there, because I'm lazy. Alright, where am I? Some other wonderful new updates. Let's see, I have the I guess patch notes. Well, not really patch notes. Open on the other screen, combine blocks. New shapes UI selection, we did that. We looked at the combined blocks. Pardon me, let me tab out of here. New LOD blocks. Ah, the light LOD blocks. See, lines, pipes. Okay. This is the other big part of the update. I need me an activation module and a white light bar, and a grate, and a pipe, and an activation module. And a white light, just for good measure. Activation module. Come on, there we go. It's staring right at me. Notice, white lights, they also have these things, so now you can choose slabs and light rods that way. Oh, I also have, I didn't want to show you any of that. Okay. Let's set up a activation block, and you remember the white light bars. Really nifty little things. Were not logic controllable? Well, now they are. You can now control light bars with logic, and you have a new variety, the light corner bar. Come on. And they're also logic controllable. And I did find a nifty shape. Now, in my experimenting, these light corners didn't handle symmetry very well. Symmetry? Didn't handle symmetry very well. Symmetry didn't work quite well with them. You get this nifty, I guess, canister shape here. Turn on and off. I kind of like that. Alright. And again, you can work the same way with this and right-click white corner and have them both on the scroll wheel. Unless you just don't want one of them, then you take it out. Alright, I think this new multi-tool block thing is really growing on me. And of course this also means now I have to go back through all my ships with light bars and attach them to logic. Lots of retrofitting is going to be in the future. Alright, grates. We have grates. We have grates that go this way, and we have grates that go... Come on. I know you want to. That away. And you can put them in all types of different ways. All the rotations. Set the bars horizontal or vertical by spinning them far enough. And that's not all. You also have a wedge piece. You can have a wedge grate. Let's see. It looks like one side is going to be smooth, the other is going to have this little divotty thing here. I believe, if I saw some of the photos right, this sits right in it. So you can actually have like a handrail type deal with... Come on, I'm still getting used to it. Those like that. Now you've got yourself a nice looking handrail. And then... Come on. Except I want it to be... There we go. That. Guess then you'll have to figure out some other way to get lights in between these. Huh. Oh. I guess you stick it on like this. Okay. Looks like the grates behave like slabs. So you have to choose which side's the inside and which side's the outside. Or which side takes up which side of the block. That may have been confusing. Anyway, and that's not all. We also have the grate corner. And it's just a corner piece. And get them all types of funky directions and whatnot. Looks like they're only horizontal attachments, but okay. You can probably do all types of really neat decorative things, and I'm assuming handrails, vents, things like that. I'm assuming the community will find really nifty ways to use them, because that's what the community does. Come on, there you go. Except here, I guess I could have used a corner piece. corner of the piece. Yeah, like that. And I should have swapped these around the other way. Alright, it's going to take a bit to get the positioning and whatnot of the grates down. And pipes. And we have all types of glorious pipe shapes. Let me set all these to the hotbar. You have your regular standard pipe. You also now have a, looks like a T-joint. Then you have these curvedy type pieces. And you can curve them all types of different ways. Like that, if you wanted to. So, my old way of doing things, which was having a pipe run across something until it needed an intersection, and using mass rail enhancers as intersections, is no longer necessary. So I'm probably going to have to go back and, come on, delete the right one, update other ships I have. Because now I no longer need that, because I have a four-way cross, four-way piece. You can make all types of nifty shapes and whatnot, and modern art pieces, it looks like. Ooh. I wonder if you could tile a floor with these, like a large grate. Actually, that's kind of alright. Where's my large grate? Where's a gravity block? There we go. Gravity block. Pop that down, and can we actually walk? Oh, we can walk unimpeded. I was wondering if you might actually get stuck or fall. Looks like their hitboxes are wide enough. You actually use this as flooring. Interesting idea. Alright. Hop back in build mode and see what else. We got the grates, we got the multi-stack things. I think I read there was some texture fixes with shootout rail. Except I can't see the shootout rail now. In block preview mode? Huh. Alright, that has rendered it basically useless for me. I can't see which way's up until after I place it. Alright, I imagine that's gonna get fixed in a little bit. Well, I hope it's gonna get fixed in a little bit. Okay. So they may have made the textures look prettier, but hopefully I'm not going to need this. Well, I guess that throws out any more projects I was going to plan with the invisible rails for the time being until that gets repaired. Alright, let's see what else we got. The grate. Let's see, I guess I could be checking the extended texture block preview feature. Been planning for a long time. Not active on any current blocks. Okay, so we won't. Let's see. Many spotted development builds. Single block views, multiple tags. Okay. The talking about looks like use the example of sand. How that all sand looks the same. It looks like the plan is when you have lots of tiles like this that are together, there's going to be imperfections and whatnot and differences that all mesh together so it doesn't look like all the same sand. But each sand block will have a slightly different texture. Actually, it looks pretty good. Alright, let's see, what else do we got? Optimizations. Toggleable light bar. Let's see. Basic array of chunk format looks like it was changed. 20% speed up for all block operations. That sounds good. With the cost of a little more regular memory, no increase in graphics memory, they claim. Let's see. Toggleable light bar. Yeah, we've seen that. We've also moved a bit from block HP to orientation, enables us to use the active bit for blocks with more orientations like the light bar, allowing it to turn on. Okay. So that's weapon changes. We started on reworking some of the weapons. So let's go through this again. Not again, let's go through the weapon changes. Thanks to our bug reporters and the countless suggestions in the forums, we have a nice list of balance concerns. Beams received 2 changes to bring them up to par with cannon block damage. They apply explosive damage on every hit block now instead of the first hit block of that tick. Ooh, that sounds nice. So instead of a beam hitting something and applying explosive damage, then turning into a beam for everything else, it now applies the explosive damage to every block it hits. So when I pierce, the next layer will get explosive damage, then the next layer, then the next layer, and I'm moving down in space except there's no reference for you to see. So every layer it hits adds extra explosive damage. Let's see, beam damage with penetration now stacks on any armor block till it dies, then proceeds to distribute any remaining damage normally till it encounters another armor block again. Okay, so it looks like fix the beam penetration. Let's see what else. Hit indicators changed slightly. Explosive effect hit indicator was removed to a large amount of clutter, so probably it's all effects up here in the top or wherever you have it set to for. Effect applied, explosive damage. Looks like they've turned that off for beams. Looks like explosive effects for cannons and beams changed too, since it had scaling issues. Alright, many of you know getting more than 10% out of explosive effect didn't actually do anything. So if you got 100% 1-to-1 ratio cannon explosive, only 10% of it was actually effective. Now the radius of these weapons is always 1 when linked with the explosive effect, but the damage distributed to the surrounding blocks scales with a ratio instead. Okay, so it used to be, supposedly it was supposed to increase, as I understand, increase the area of effect around a shot. Now they've locked that in and just made it so, or made the effective area, a radius of the weapons 1, but the damage is distributed to the surrounding block scales. Okay, so they've made it so, they reworked it so explosive effect for cannon and beam isn't broken anymore, basically. Probably have to go actually test this myself, except I don't remember the old way it worked, so probably wouldn't be an effective test. Okay. Piercing effect armor efficiency bonus used to apply even with a 0% effect ratio, making them extremely useful against armor. Now the armor effect boosts skills with their effect rate. Okay, I'm not sure what that. We'll have to talk about that later. Another balance issue some may have noticed is that your armor HP could be destroyed relatively fast by weapons that barely destroy enough blocks to justify the amount of armor lost. Now the armor HP deducted is capped to the amount of armor HP that specific block offers. The same amount multiplied with your structure HP penalty. For beams it's slightly different as multiplied to the potential penetration depth. However, only a temporary change we're looking for different way for armor HP to handle. So they're just trying something out new for the advanced armor. Advanced armor had their HP lowered to 100, but its armor value bumped up to 90%, so effective HP should stay the same. Okay. Again, you're probably gonna have to find somebody smarter than I am just reading the thing here. Bug fixes. Smoother sector crossing. Issue in game, long time. Now be better. Crossing sectors should be more smoother on multiplayer. Might be a little wobble, which they hope to completely eliminate, according to this. And we were having problems with that on the Star Squadron server. Crossing sectors would do odd things sometimes, and people were having turrets disappear. Which is not good. Well, they thought it wasn't good. They were Armada, so I didn't mind as much. Anyway, alright. AI bumping into ships. Apparently, AI was ramming player ships and flinging them into space. Now they're going to pretend that your empty ship is a space station. It'll stop without flinging yours into deep space. Although it says they might be able to push it a little. And it's a temporary fix until they get something better, it looks like. Okay. A copy-paste rotation fix. All blocks and LOD elements shall now rotate correctly using advanced build mode. Right, let's try that one out, because I have... Where's my 7x7x7, or 7 to the third 3-level elevator. Alright, because I have this elevator that I built as a template. Oh, that looks different. I haven't... Oh, never mind. Got a null pointer there. Alright, so I crashed the game. But according to that, copy rotation should be fixed, and chat fix for languages using IME, and some minor texture fixes. I've been going for a long time now, so hopefully this update brings good things to Starmade. I know it will, and I'm gonna have to work on the or grow. I guess the MultiBlock's gonna have to become second nature. I'm gonna have to work on that, get adjusted to it. Anywho, I was just running through the article here, picking out the stuff I'm felt comfortable. Well, actually, just reading it and showing off some of the new blocks. I've been JW608. This has been Starmade. I'll dig you cats later. Hopefully, I won't crash that time.